Work is no longer enough. The new face of child poverty in England, Part 1. For generations, working people across England and Britain were sold a simple promise: work hard, play by the rules, and your family would stay above the poverty line. That promise is collapsing. New research from the Institute for Public Policy Research, IPPR, and Action for Children has exposed a grim reality. Nearly 3/4 of children living in poverty in Britain now live in households where at least one adult works. That is not welfare dependency. That is the failure of British governments promoting a low-pay economy. The figures are shocking. In 2000, only 2% of children in households where both parents worked full-time lived in poverty. Today, it is 6%. For single parents in full-time work, the poverty rate has risen from 9% to 14%. Around 430,000 children are now estimated to be growing up poor, despite every adult in the home working full-time. The report demolishes the old political myth that employment alone protects families from hardship. It no longer does. The research identifies several key causes. Childcare costs are crippling. Universal credit rules punish working families. Flexible work remains rare. Wage progression is weak. Training opportunities are limited. For many workers, especially parents, progression is practically impossible. The statistics show how poverty traps workers. Families with children under 3 are significantly less likely to escape poverty. Single-parent households are twice as likely to fall into poverty compared with couple households. Workers in routine occupations are far more exposed to falling below the poverty line than those in professional jobs. Even permanent work is no guarantee of security anymore. One of the most revealing findings concerns training. Where the main earner received workplace training, only 6% of children fell into poverty. Where no training was provided, the figure rose to 10%. Families receiving training were also far more likely to escape poverty altogether. That matters enormously for trade unions. Skills, progression, and workplace investment are no longer extras, they are anti-poverty tools. The report also exposes how modern Britain and England punishes caring responsibilities. Parents repeatedly described turning down promotions or reducing hours because childcare costs made advancement financially pointless. Some workers explained they needed an extra £600 to £700 per month after bills before progression would even be worthwhile. This is not laziness. It is economic rationality inside a broken system. Workers of England General Secretary Stephen Morris said, "Working people are being squeezed from every direction. Wages are too low, childcare is unaffordable, housing costs are out of control, and the welfare system actively punishes progression. England cannot call itself a fair society while children go hungry in households where parents are working full-time." The report's central conclusion is devastating. Britain's economic model is no longer delivering security through work. For trade unionists, this should be a rallying cry. Poverty is not caused by worklessness alone anymore. It is caused by insecure work, low pay, weak bargaining power, poor public infrastructure, and decades of political choices by British governments that transferred wealth upward while workers absorbed the cost. The old order is broken. Unless organised trade unions can force change, working families will continue paying the price. The Workers of England Union is committed to making sure our members' voices are heard. We need you to spread the word and ask your friends, family and colleagues to join.